and welcome to SATV News. This is Nahin Tahir with our headlines. Holding fair election is a difficult task, said Peter Haas. US does not favor any particular political party. Bangladesh never asked for particular information from Swiss bank, said Ambassador Natalia Chorad. Fuel price hike could have been avoided with BPC savings, said CPD urged the government to reconsider. US does not favor any particular political party, Ambassador Peter Haas said today. He said that holding fair and transparent election is a difficult task and all stakeholders need to play their roles towards that. The ambassador was addressing the launching of an e-learning platform called Politics Matters, www.politicsmatters.com BD, at an event in Dhaka hotel. He said it is not possible to hold fair and transparent election if the Election Commission, political parties, lawmakers, media and civil society do not play their roles properly. USAID Strengthening Political Landscape project implemented by Democracy International launched the platform to bring political knowledge and skills to the fingerprints of Bangladeshi political leaders and enthusiasts across the country. Information and Broadcasting Minister and Awami League Joint Secretary Dr. Hassan Mahmood, BNP Standing Committee Member Amir Khashru Mahmood Chaudhry, Jatiyo Party Presidium Member Barrister Shamim Haider Patwari and Democracy International Chief of Party Dana L. Owles also spoke at the event. Bangladesh government has never asked for particular information or data of any Swiss bank account holder, said Ambassador of Switzerland to Bangladesh Natalia Chorad. The ambassador was speaking at a DCAB talk at Jatiyo Press Club hosted by Diplomatic Correspondents Association Bangladesh on Wednesday. She said the Swiss government does not want any corruption money or laundered money to be deposited in Swiss bank. Government of the two countries can discuss the issues raised regarding Bangladeshis keeping money in Swiss banks. She says the Swiss government is interested in increasing investment in the trade sector of Bangladesh. Already $130 million is being invested this year. The government move to increase fuel price by over 50% could have been avoided with the savings of Bangladesh Petroleum Corporation BPC, says Center for Policy Dialogue CPD. CPD Research Director Khandakar Ghulam Muzammel made the observation during the discussion titled Record Fuel Price Hike in Bangladesh. Could it be avoided? In Dhaka on Wednesday. Echoing the same, CPD Executive Director Dr. Famida Khatun said the fuel price increase will further deteriorate the country's inflation situation. The civil society think tank has urged the government to reconsider and revise the prices of diesel, petrol and octane. Attending the event, former Agriculture Secretary Anwar Farooq said, due to the rise in the price of diesel, the cost of cultivation per bigha of land will increase by 1,000 taka. The amount totals to some taka 4,800 crore for the borrow session. The US dollar soared to Taka 119 in the open market today, the highest in the country's history. Most money exchanges are more interested in buying than selling because of the shortage of cash dollars. On Monday, the price of US dollar in the open market was 115 taka. Open market dollar sellers said there is a shortage of dollars in most money exchanges. More people are buying dollars than selling. They said there is also a shortage of buyers in the market, adding that those who used to buy and sell dollars on the street fearing the raids of various law and order forces, including the central bank, are not directly buying and selling. Banks will be allowed to make drawing arrangements with exchange houses abroad without prior permission from the Bangladesh Bank. In this context, banks shall make post facto NATO reports to the central bank with detailed information on the arrangement, said circular by Foreign Exchange Policy Department of Bangladesh Bank issued a circular on Wednesday. The circular also waived the requirement of letters of reference or certificates from the Bangladesh Embassy or High Commission of the respective country. In this case, banks need to be satisfied on the basis of license issued by competent authorities favoring relevant exchange houses and conducting extended due diligence. The Appellate Division has upheld the High Court's order of cancelling the bail of Ismail Hussain Chaudhry Shamrat, the expelled Jubilee League leader. A three-judge bench of Justice Muhammad Nuruzzaman, Justice Borhanuddin and Justice Krishna Debnath passed the order on Wednesday. Though he was granted bail in three cases, including arms, drugs and money laundering, that alleged casino kingpin is not getting released. Miscreants shot and killed two Rohingya leaders in the Ukhia Rohingya camp of Cox's Bazar. The incident took place on Tuesday at around 11:45 p.m. on the hill slopes of C9 blocks of Camp 15. The deceased have been identified as Abu Talib of C Block and Syed Hussain of C9 sub-block, said Armed Police Battalion APBN Additional Superintendent of Police Kamran Hussain. He said on Tuesday at around 11:45 p.m. Abu Talib and Syed Hussain were shot by miscreants in front of Atia Begum's shed. Syed Hussain was seriously injured and admitted to Damtoli MSF hospital. Later, he was declared dead by doctors on duty. Abu Talib was sent to Kutupalang Hospital for better treatment as his condition was critical. Later on reaching Kutupalang MSF Hospital, the doctor on duty there also declared him dead. Viewers, we are taking a short break, so stay with us. Welcome back, and you're watching SATV News. An Iranian satellite launched by Russia blasted off from Kazakhstan Tuesday and reached orbit amid controversy that Moscow might use it to boost its surveillance of military targets in Ukraine. As Russia's international isolation grows following Western sanction over its invasion of Ukraine, the Kremlin is seeking to pivot towards the Middle East, Asia and Africa and find new clients for its embattled space program. Speaking at the Moscow-controlled Baikonur Cosmodrome in the Kazakh steppes, Russian space chief Yuri Bostrov hailed an important milestone in Russian-Iranian bilateral cooperation, opening the way to the implementation of new and even larger projects. Iran's telecommunication minister Isa Zepor, who also attended the launch of Khayyam satellite, called the event historic and a turning point for the start of a new interaction in the field of space between our two countries. Responding to the launch, Washington said Russia's growing cooperation with Iran should be viewed as a profound threat. President Joe Biden on Tuesday signed U.S. ratification of bids by the Finland and Sweden to enter NATO, taking expansion of the Western alliance in response to Russia's Ukraine invasion one step closer. Biden said the two Northern European countries would become strong, reliable, highly capable new allies by making the sacred commitment to the mutual defense in the U.S.-led transatlantic alliance. Earlier this month, the Senate voted 95-1 in favor of Nordic state accession, making the United States the 23rd of the 30 NATO countries to give formal endorsement. Unanimous support is needed for the new membership, the White House said that ahead of signing ceremony. Biden talked by telephone with Swedish Prime Minister Magdalena Andersson and Finland's President Sauli Niinisto. Sri Lanka's ousted President Gotabaya Rajapaksa is expected to arrive in Thailand on Tuesday, seeking temporary shelter in a second Southeast Asian country after fleeing his island nation last month amid mass protests. Rajapaksa fled to Singapore on July 14 via Maldives following unprecedented arrest triggered by Sri Lanka's worst economic crisis in 7 decades, and days after thousands of protesters stormed the president's official residence and office. The former president is expected to leave Singapore and go to Thailand's capital Bangkok on Thursday. Serena Williams, a 23-time Grand Slam champion and iconic tennis superstar for a generation, said Tuesday that the countdown has begun to her retirement from the sport. The 40-year-old American wrote a cover essay for Vogue magazine and an Instagram post in which she set the stage for evolving away from tennis. She said on Instagram, "There comes a time in life when we have to decide to move in a different direction. That time is always hard when you love something so much." Serena said the countdown has begun. She said, "I have to focus on being a mom, my spiritual goals, and finally discovering a different but just as exciting Serena. I'm gonna relish this next few weeks." Serena Williams is set to play next week at Cincinnati and compete at the US Open, where she won her first Grand Slam title in 1999 at the age of 17.
She's become a great...
Before ending, we go through the headlines again. Holding fair election is a difficult task, said Peter Haas. US does not favor any particular political party. Bangladesh never asked for particular information from Swiss bank, said Ambassador Natalia Choret. Fuel price hike could have been avoided with BPC savings, said CPD, urged the government to reconsider. You're up to date with our top stories so far here on SATV, and to know the latest in SATV news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with us.